Well, today we'll be looking at one of my Transformers figures I have. Here we have Seeker Elite Thrust, part of the elite group of Seekers, obviously. And he's from the for Cybertron trilogy. As you can see here, it's a Voyager class figure. Has a little background and this red thing. That's not really for the figure, but mainly for the background. So I'll show. And here he is, Thrust, with two gun accessories, and he stands pretty nice on this background here. Background features this faction logo, which is like a mix between Autobot and Decepticons. I'm not sure what it's called, because I'm still watching the first part of the show, which is Siege. And here is like a sword logo, kind of looks like the Star Saber, which probably is. The cool thing about this is, besides like being a background, it's not double-sided or anything, but if you like put this here, it shows like some map coordinates, I guess, of like the galaxy. You can see like a star there, and that's probably Cybertron. And there's like some kind of planet, ship. It looks like the Ark. And the cool part is there's like a zero thing here. Not too sure what this is, but I've seen it in like most of the figures from the line, so. And now getting out of the way, here's the figure of Thrust. Here taking a 360 look. He has some jet mode fins here at the back, which also work as part of the ankles, but here are the actual ankles. And I recommend that these things don't transform. Try not to mess with it too much, because connection can be a little unstable, as you can see here. Otherwise, good fig. There's some 5mm connection ports, so if you really want to, you can grab one of his secret guns and place them on here. And they mostly pop in, you kind of have to twist it in. And yeah, it's not exactly a weak joint, so works pretty good and articulates well. So this guy kind of looks like Transformers 1 Sentinel Prime, like in his battle mode with this. Because if you close up the feet and everything, looks like little jet feet. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if that's like intentional or anything, but it's fun that the toy and figure like just has these modes here. And it's sort of like a battle mode. But for transformation, you're going to have these two guns on top of here. So I'm gonna finish up here with the articulation pose test. We'll continue. Here's the other gun. Both of them are like, I think they're pretty cool. This part, if you peg it in just right, can't hold it, but you can hold it like this. So he doesn't really have any wrist articulation, sadly, due to transformation, but he does have some elbow movement, shoulder movement. Can go like this. So he's doing like a little pose. And like I said, the feet can articulate. There's no ankle movement. Oh wait, there actually is. My bad. There is ankle movement. Just realized that. I haven't gotten this figure too long ago, and it's kind of rare because made during the COVID era, because that's when the show came out, so I think it's pretty cool. Those Decepticon faction symbols are pretty cool all around. There's like two here, and spinning like under his arms, you can see them on this side and on this side. Like I said, these fins can, when you get the toy, I recommend trying not to push this hinge off. Probably gonna super glue that one, because unlike this one, I kind of just messed around with this and the connection is not too strong anymore. So yep. And then here are some of like the knee pads that can kind of open, but that's more of a transformation joint. But if you really want, you could articulate it more like this. You can go back, so you're doing like a little soccer kick. You can kind of do the splits, but you need to push this down because of the little like belt thingy it has. And as I said, like the fins don't have articulation. Only the wings have articulation. These two are rock solid. And luckily most of these joints are ball joints, so even the head can like, even though it's like a cone head, it can move up and down and side to side. So for transformation, we'll leave it like that. Like I said, the arms have that. I don't think there's any waist articulation. And there's some like wing articulation in the cockpits here. So, yep. Let's go on transformation. This is like the only parts forming part because it's kind of necessary. All the arms tuck away. The only way you could fun parts from this is if you leave it here for like the battle mode, even if it's not even in the show. But anyways, so we'll start with the top and then we'll do the bottom. So you want to make sure these feet are like this. And you're going to grab the arms. It's going to be a complex part. You're going to rotate this. You're going to bring the hand up. It's going to click into this little tab in here. You're not really going to hear a click, but it just goes in there. I want to bring this arm up. You're going to see this little hinge here, which the silver dot shows. Push this up, and we're basically trying to shrink the arm. Yeah, there's this little tab here. It's like part of the elbow, but you want to keep that straight as possible, because then you're going to make a hole here. And then the hole is just going to go right in there. And it's just going to shrink the arm a bit in order to make the rest arms be able to fit near the cockpit. And you're going to bend this down. And the arm just goes up with it. And then even though it like seems somewhat complex, I'm sure that it's not that hard once you get it. And after a couple tries, I recommend putting a finger here as you're transforming him, because kind of just like, you make sure that thing goes in the hole. I'm not sure what it's called, but yeah. And then it's almost in by now. So what you gotta do is you just gotta fold this up. So some people might think it's this little hole, but no, that's just the connection port. This is the actual hole. It's more like a rectangle hole, actually, but that's where it just go in. As you can see, the first arm is fully done, kind of. You're supposed to click it in place after, which is what I'm trying to do. And yep, so you see, we just basically made this arm like way smaller compared to the other one. And we're just gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna do this quicker, so fold the fist up, push this up, push this down, make sure this little thing is down so you can just slide it in. And then you want to raise this up again, and you're just doing all one go, and then just, yeah, it just slides in basically. And similar thing for the legs, where where this just like goes in. So then when it's like touching the floor, the fists aren't even like there anymore. And yeah, so those are the fists for now, honestly. And then these wings, you want to make sure they're always on tab, like even on robot mode. But basically, so we're done. Yeah, for now you want to keep these on tab. I recommend like folding up like this and keeping them full, because sometimes they can fold back. And now we can actually get onto the head part. So this part's gonna unclip, and it's a little hard to do at first, but I recommend doing the shoulders first. So once you get the shoulders a bit out, yeah, there you go. You heard that click? Yeah. So you can open this. Yeah, there you go. Then you can pull his cockpit head out. And honestly, you can just pull out this back part already. I'll do this part. Just untab it down. So now the backpack part is away. You fold this cone head up, bring it here. You twist it 180 degrees. Then you twist it back up. It's gonna click right into there. And now we got the front jet part. Then these two are gonna fold in. Make sure the arms are down so you can fit in. So the arms would go, wait, hold up, something like this. Yeah, something like this. So this part would go in. Then make sure the holes are facing this way. And you just snug the arms right in. And now we'll just do the same thing on this side. Fold the armpits in, I guess. Yeah, and then you want to make sure this is rotated. And twist this 90 degrees. And then there's like on the jet mode. It's not really much of an interior, but it is a jet mode after all, so it's not really going to have an interior. Some like of the new Studio Series A6, like especially Thundercracker, have somewhat of like a small cockpit section, but this one kind of see the back of his head. But there's like a transparent section with an actual seat mold, which I find cool, even though it's Cybertron. And obviously they really haven't met the humans yet in the show until it gets to Earth. So, but this is based off the trilogy, so this guy, the rest probably also based off his Earth mode. Because I don't remember the Cybertron jets looking like this. They're more like 3-fin Tetra jets. It's probably based off the later parts of the shell. Then you're gonna fold these wings down. Make sure they're nice in place. So like I said, we already have that rotated. This last part's simple. You're gonna have those jet mode feet that kind of did. That it kind of looks like some prime because you just like pull it back. Then you're gonna raise these two fins up. Make sure you get some. And there's like these empty sections. So basically, what you do is grab one leg, just kind of just push it in because you're just gonna auto click. Make sure it's snug in this tab. It's gonna make a click noise. Come back here, push this little guy down, but make sure it's also clicked at the same time. It's gonna make another click noise like that. Then you're gonna do the same thing on this side. Push it in, make sure it's down. And then there's these pegs here. Now you're just gonna peg the legs together like that. Now it's starting to look pretty clean. Make sure, yeah, it's a little tricky, but make sure it's pushing all the way. And these guys are just gonna peg in right there. Makes a little button noise, but... And that's basically the rest of jet mode. Yeah, that's pegged in now. Make sure the arms are straight. You can rotate the cams on the bottom. That's jet mode. Let's go about this if you want to like grab your pinky finger. Just swirl it around. For display purposes, just make sure nothing falls off. Damn, this one wants to really fall off, but probably won't fall off for yours as long as you don't mess with it like I did. And there's jet mode. Put it back on here. And what's cool is, kind of just, you can rotate 360. You're literally doing this. This bottom's just nice and cool. I like the details they got in this jet mode, honestly. And the little guns on the back. And this is the mold they use for all the Seekers, so probably won't review the other Seekers because I don't really want to buy them. This guy was the rarest after all, so thank you for watching. Have a great day. Stay tuned for next video. Bye.